Welcome back, Playmobil pals, for another Playmobil AF video. Today we are not going to take a look at this, but this is new and it's coming up very soon, so stay tuned and remember to subscribe and like, blah, blah, blah. Alright, welcome back everyone. We are going to go through a bag of Playmobil Klickies that we just bought at a flea market in Mount Dora, Florida last weekend. Our first Klicky is going to be a fox. We've got foxes from one of the advent calendars that we've done a review of. But it's always nice to have another animal to have. And not, again, if you're new to this channel, I am not at all a fan of the fact that Playmobil does not paint in the eyes of their animals. Maybe once in a while you'll get one that's painted, but for the most part they don't paint any of their animals' eyes, and that's just kind of spooky. So the first Klicky we're going to show to you is a mermaid. This is probably my second mermaid in the collection. This was in a grab bag of items. It was in a freezer bag, really, that a vendor at the flea market was selling. And I don't have many mermaids. I do like the more modern mermaids with the extra jointed tail. This one that just allows them to stand up, walk around, and do stuff like as if these were feet. I also like the pattern on the front, but overall I'm not a fan of this mermaid, just because to me it's just, well, obviously it is incomplete. I don't know if she's supposed to have anything on her head, although she has the hair to indicate that she should be wearing something on her head, and maybe a crown. I don't know if she's supposed to have bracelets or anything like that on her wrists. But again, when you go to flea markets and places like that, you will be getting secondhand figures, things that have been used and are incomplete often. But this one does come, I'm happy to report, with some little kid bite marks on their face. So they were trying to see if they could remove the head and maybe use the pieces for something else. I don't know. But unfortunately, when you go and get secondhand Playmobil Klickies, often you're going to find teeth marks on their figures. Here is the second of the, here's the second mermaid that we got. Merman, I guess you could say. So this will be my third one of these creatures. Pretty sure he's missing maybe some facial hair, obviously the hair, maybe a crown or a knight's helmet. I should have a gold one laying around maybe to complete this one with. I do like the fact that he has both of his cuffs and his belt still. Unfortunately, we don't have the weapon that he would be carrying around. I'm just assuming it's a sword. I know otherwise nothing more about this Klicky. So here's one that might be familiar to you guys. Here is Fred from Scooby-Doo. I actually got him by himself, so it looks like somebody paid the money for the mystery machine and just got rid of all the figures. I have a brand new mystery machine that I bought at another flea market, and for a ridiculously low price, mind you. But that's the best part about these flea markets. They sell them for everything cheaper there. And so I don't mind taking this one apart and customizing it a little bit, especially with this light yellow hair that we don't see very often. But I'm glad that Playmobil has been very open to changing the colors up a bit and giving us more variety. The next Klicky is a bride, it would seem. Now when I got this, she was covered in some sort of melted candy. At least I hope it was melted candy. It may have been chewed candy, even gum. I found out when I was looking at this in the car, she does have the gray bones there, which is what we use for the series figures, the mystery figures, to assemble them with. But on the other side, you can see where I tried cleaning the back. It was just smeared on really good. I was almost afraid to touch it, but there were a couple occasions where I did, and I wiped it on my pants there to get it off because it was sticky. There's still some residue in there. In fact, I'm very grossed out right now. There is a hair in this thing. But let's see. That's how she looks, and we're not sure what we're going to do with this. We might be disassembling her and using the parts for other things. Here we have a woman in a gown, possibly Victorian period. I'm not 100% certain. I've not seen this figure before. I do like the pink and somewhat purple hues on there. I'm a big advocate for the purple just because it's not a color that we see on average every day all the time. So a nice little splash of purple makes things a little bit more colorful and cheerier. So I'm gonna keep this one as is, and we're going to eventually find out what else she should be wearing to complete this outfit. Unfortunately, we've got another bald or hairless Klicky. Not sure where she comes from, but I wanted to add another African American Klicky to the collection here, and we got a beach themed Klicky here. Pretty happy about this one. I do like the light blue and green. I think that makes a really nice combination of colors. I just got to get some hair for her and see about getting this one complete. Here's the only pirate I got in this set of Klickys. This one's pretty cool. I think I wouldn't have any trouble completing this one. I do have some extra parts. I don't know about pirate hats though, like the tricorn hats or anything like that, but it looks like he'd be wearing a set of earrings, which I think I might have a little extra earrings left to give him. But I do like his little scarf here. I like how it's not molded onto the Klicky, as we are starting to see more and more of on our Klickys from Playmobil. They're not giving us as many parts to put around their neck. Possibly, I don't know, possibly because they break off so easily. I don't know, but I don't think they do. Playmobil is quite notorious for using a very strong and good quality plastic. So either way, this one's pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him as is. I want to do the research, find out what he's supposed to look like, and see if I want to customize it, use the parts for other things, or if I want to keep it the way it is. This next one is from Series 1. Oh, Series 1 or Series 2. It's one of those two. She is supposed to be a fairy. She's wearing a very nice green gown. You could actually leave her the way she is and be okay with it, but she's supposed to have pink or like a hot pink colored wings that stick through this hole here, and I think she also carries a wand or something, and this might be like their version of Tinkerbell. I'm not 100% certain, but either way, this was a very nice looking figure in the box of figures I was rummaging through, and I decided, you know what, it's another girl in a gown, why not get her? I'm not 100% certain, but I think this is the hotel manager from the Hotel Playmobil playset. I do remember seeing somebody dressed all in red. I do know that the bellhops are all dressed in red, and I do recall a female character also all in red, and I have a feeling this is it without doing the research prior to this video. But I like her, business attire, so I'm probably going to keep this. There's plenty of things I could use her for in regards to photos and maybe some animated craziness. Now here's one that might look familiar. I think I opened my first Series 22 or 21 at the airport. That video I was making with the, what was it? The environmentalist? Well, I don't know. I can't remember if that was a separate video or if it was the same video. But I got a karate teacher, maybe a karate student, wearing a blue gi. The robe here, and it looks very much like this one, except her blue was darker, and her skin color may have been the same. I'm not 100% certain offhand, but this is definitely different from the one I got, and I liked it, and I think it would be kind of cool to have more Klickys dressed up in gis, so I can maybe do a video with them practicing karate. I think that would be really nice. Love this blue. I think it's a nice shade, and it looks really good with this skin hue as well. But look at this, I've got another girl in a gi. She's already in a black belt, and she's got this glove on, so we're missing one, but that doesn't mean anything. I could probably find another one and give it to her. She could be maybe the teacher that she's sparring with somebody, and someone's just hitting the pads for target practice. Just thought this one was cool, and I figured I should get this one considering I got this one here. So I found this one first, as you would assume, but got this one moments afterward when I found her in the box, and I think it's a nice little addition, and I can't wait to get one day I'm going to get all my characters and gis and line them up and see what I can do with them. Next up, we have a businessman. He is a man with a nice black suit underneath, and then he's got this grayish dress jacket over it. And not quite a dress jacket, more looks like a jacket to me. I'm surprised they didn't give him like a longer coat. I think that would have been really nice. But this is not quite James Bond. I do have a James Bond figure, but I just like this just because he's in a suit, and I kind of have a little collection of men in suits, like they're businessmen forming, and I thought he'd be a really cool, nice addition to the growing collection of clicks and clacks. Now, if you guys know anything about this channel and me, you know that I love the Civil War soldiers, or the cavalry soldier, U.S. cavalry soldiers. This same box, this by the same vendor, had a Union troop with the white scarf, and I noticed that a lot of these white scarves are bent a certain way, like this little lapel or whatever you want to call it is sticking out a little bit further than the rest. I was just grateful that he had one of these, because it's very difficult to find these to replace them with. He doesn't have the cuffs, obviously, and those are probably the harder thing to find. But even more so is the hats. Now, I'm not a fan also of all these soldiers having mustaches. A lot of them do, so I ended up customizing a lot of these U.S. soldiers that didn't have the mustaches, because I just thought they were just too many that had the same look. Getting close to the end here, we've got another woman in a gown. Don't know if this would be a princess or if she's just at some fancy ball. I also wonder if she's supposed to have a hoop skirt to complete her outfit. I kind of like it is how it is, the way it is right now. I kind of almost don't think you need one, since this pattern is very consistent and goes all the way to the bottom. It would be kind of pointless to cover it up with a hoop skirt. But this is one of the other ones that had teeth marks on it, as you can see right there, right by the mouth, and right there on the her left eye, our right, her left. I bet this one was much more painful for the person that was trying to pry the head off, unfortunately. With these Klickys with the white bones, they are made to stay. You can eventually get them off, but you got to use tools of some kind. One day I might do a video about it, but also you could just YouTube it and see what other people do with their with getting their heads off. This one's a very incomplete Klicky, but we have a black female body here, and I'm not completely sure what's going on here. I don't know if she's supposed to be a musician and she's wearing like all black. She's got these boots on. Whoops. It almost looks like, if I had to guess, I would guess that she's a musician. She's missing the guitar, obviously. Her head, which I can actually replace easily, and a hairpiece. Well, I don't know. So if you guys know which one this is supposed to go to, please leave a comment below and help me out. Alright, and here is another female. I'm not 100% certain where we are, what we're supposed to be. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, this is supposed to be a woman who works as part of the pit crew for a race car. To me, she just seems to have it. She's got those yellow, bright yellow reflective pants. I was thinking at first EMT, because when I saw her, she had her face down and she was wearing like this vest here with the reflective stripes and of course the bright yellow pants. But when I picked her up and saw the picture of the eagle, I thought maybe, well, she's gotta go to something else other than like EMT or fire and rescue, anything like that. So again, also with the teeth marks, somebody was desperate to try and switch off the heads. I'm not sure what their agenda was, though. Maybe to get this thing off, as if they were curious as to what she was wearing underneath, if it was any colors. But normally when Playmobil does anything like this, aside from maybe some, a strip of buttons going down the middle of the shirt, there's not going to be anything underneath the vests. Or anything like this, like harnesses and stuff like that. So, not 100% certain that I'm right about this. No idea what set she could come from, but I do like her, and I was thinking about also using her parts for customized figures, but I don't know. I might keep her as is. I just need to know what she is. Now here's one of the more unique ones. This one also has some of that pink gunk that I had to remove from the other Klicky. It's right there on the side of his head. I didn't notice this until just now, actually, because I was like, oh, I'm glad this one was all nicely kept, because I don't have to clean it as much. But yeah, I just found out, and now I'm kind of disgusted by it. But all of these Klickys actually got a bleach bath already. I soak them in bleach water for a few minutes and scrub them nice and good, so they're clean and disinfected, and they smell nice, and I get all this junk off. But apparently I missed a little bit there, but I do like this outfit. This is very unique. I do like this crisscross design on the arms, and I also really dig this neck piece here. I don't know what else to call it, but it's very cool, very unique, and not something I've ever seen before. So very interested in finding a crown to give him, preferably a gold one. Maybe he's a prince, maybe he's just a young king. I don't know. He could be part of the king's court of some kind, and he just needs a top, a hat of some kind there to finish him off. So this is actually one of my 3 favorites of this haul. So this is one of my other favorites, since we're talking about it, and we are coming to an end here. This is supposed to look a little bit like Dell from Playmobil the movie, but he's in darker clothes, and I don't think this is Dell, just because the Dell figure has the non-traditional Playmobil eyes, where this one does have the typical Playmobil look, and these eyes are separate pieces than the head, as you can tell. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the eyes and mouth are actually a separate piece. It's this brown piece that's in the head. I know it's not helping you to tell the difference here, but obviously this is a flesh-toned head, and then that darker brown piece inside of it attaches the eyes and the mouth to what would normally be just holes in the head, if this was not yet completely assembled. But I do really dig the color of the shirt with the white flower pattern and the dark shorts with the white shoes. Now Dell would also have a pair of sandals that can be removed, but I really prefer this version. Don't know if I want to keep the bearded look, but if he comes this way, I've got to keep it that way, because I don't want to completely disassemble a figure that's made for a particular set. And our final piece, guys, is apparently this character is named Professor Crazy. Professor Crazy from the Top Agents line. Don't know offhand where this one came from, but he is actually, I thought these at first were just random things that he came with, like somebody just was getting rid of the toys and he just happened to have these pieces in his hand. But I looked it up, and in the picture on the box even that he comes with, he's holding these very, very pieces he's holding. But he's really cool to me just because of the fact that he's got this white hair and these goggles on, and I love this armored arm that he's got mixed with his regular arm. And this is one of those test tubes, and not sure if this is supposed to be like some sort of transmitter, or if he just needs to wave it across something for it to activate or what. But I do dig the outfit, and I think he'd be a really cool addition to the collection. Just not 100% certain what I want to do with him yet. I do like the print on his back. It's the same little logo you see on the front here on his belt. But yeah, if anybody remembers the show Mutant X, it was a show created by comic book artist Howard Chaykin, who incidentally wrote and drew the first original 10 Star Wars comic books back in 1978. And I got the pleasure of meeting him. And years later, decades later, like in the 2000s, I think, he came out with this series called Mutant X, based off of a concept of his. And the main antagonist was a man that this man kind of resembles. He had the white hair and the glasses, and he was just kind of very obnoxious looking. That is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed our little presentation here of some of our newest Klickies, and hope you guys will be tuning in again very soon for more Playmobil content. If you like this one, give us a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe if you haven't. You can also follow us on Instagram. Check us out at playmo.af. That's it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you again next time. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.